All right. I'm going to just give it a few seconds, guys. Going to pop on here to update you on some of the active weather we have going on for December, question mark. Sure doesn't feel like it. Hopefully you enjoyed your Sunday as temperatures soared to definitely spring-like levels. This is pretty rare territory for December, but some fun facts here for you. I was looking back at the records. Gosh, when did we hit 70 degrees last? Well, it was a record for the date of December 28th. We hit 70 degrees this afternoon. Remarkable stuff for us. This is actually blowing right by the old record there, set back in 1984 for the date. Now, as far as what I said earlier, as far as the December temperature, we have not hit 70 degrees in December since 2016, so 9 years ago. And we actually had a warmer reading of 71. And it was right around this time of year, actually, late December, right around Christmas. So we did it before, but again, not every year do we hit these kind of warm temperatures. It takes very strong wind gusts to do something like this, which is what we had. Kind of the perfect setup, the perfect storm, really, what we had earlier this afternoon. And what we still have now, remarkable. I mean, it's after 7 o'clock here. And we're still talking about readings at 70 degrees, pretty much mid-upper 60s for a good chunk of the tri-state, 68 from Lebanon, 66 in Batesville. But we are pretty much dry for the moment. I'm tracking a strong line of storms. Of course, the winds, they've been the backdrop of our story, or really I should say the forefront of our story the whole day. That's what allowed those record temperatures today to reach 70 degrees. We saw some peak gusts, 35, 40 miles per hour consistently throughout our Sunday afternoon and evening. We're now, as the front really approaches the region, we're going to kind of settle into that 30 plus mile per hour range the next couple hours until the front arrives. Then we will see peak wind gusts, I think close to 50 or so miles per hour and kind of lingering through the overnight. It's going to be definitely a turbulent night, that's for sure, as far as wind goes. Even though the storms will be moving out quickly, it's the wind that will be with us in long duration here for us. Sunday night, Monday morning, even all day Monday pretty much. And one other note I want to bring your attention to, look at how many states, I think I counted, at least I tried to count, 26, 27 states, something like that across the country. So we can just say more than half the country blanketed by some type of wind advisory, which is incredible. So mostly wind advisory. You get closer to the Great Lakes, actually up towards northern Ohio, southern Michigan. High wind warning where gusts over 60 miles per hour likely. And actually, there's blizzard warnings up there in the plains where you don't see the any type of advisory up towards Minneapolis, Wisconsin area, upper Michigan, where they're going to see gusts close to 70 miles per hour. An incredible storm system here, again, affecting most of the country. So this is why it's such a big deal. So what we're looking at here, the latest SAT-RAD view for the region. Just saw some showers throughout the course of our Sunday morning. Again, not really a big deal. Those winds were, and going through tonight, the strong storms will be. Now, as far as some notes about severe weather, I'll talk about that to end this live stream more so, but we will see this line of storm weaken. It already is starting to do so after 7 o'clock here. Multiple tornado warnings throughout Illinois, a couple in Indiana too, southwestern corner of the state, one up there, northwest of Indianapolis. But you can see that's very linear, so that is ideal for just straight line wind damage, even severe thunderstorm warnings as far as wind gusts go. That screams wind threat to me all around. But over there in southern Illinois, a different story there for the moment. And of course on the northern side of things, blizzard conditions for casually a couple of feet of snow. And this is not the mountains. You know, out in the west, you'll see that 1 to 3 feet of snow, okay, above elevation, 5,000, 6,000 feet, whatever. This is east of the Mississippi, and we're seeing 1 to 2 feet total. So this is extremely impressive there, up there in northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan. By the way, 990 millibar low at the moment, give or take a millibar or so. What that basically means is this is strong. Once you hit 980 or into the 980s, it really starts to rapidly intensify. And might have heard bombogenesis, just a rapidly intensifying area of low pressure, strengthening more than 24 millibars in 24 hours to get to the point where this one could reach about 980 or high 970s, and that would put it at about a Category 1 hurricane strength. That's what the significant and takeaway of all this millibar talk is. We are seeing a very powerful hurricane strength storm system, and that's why blizzard warnings, high wind warnings, and of course we are no exception. And that's what you kind of get when you see the dynamic as far as temperatures go, the energy potential here. I mean, this is just remarkable as well. As I mentioned, near 70 degrees for us in Cincinnati, but you go back just off to the west, St. Louis, hello, 39 degrees there. How about, let's keep going. 12 in Minneapolis, and these are air temperatures. 4 in Sioux Falls, this is single digits, even below 0 up there towards the plains. Kansas City there at 20. So this is a solid 15, 20 degree drop in like an hour, and so you kind of do this at least for a couple hours, and wow, we are in business. So we're going to see just temperatures absolutely plummet here, about 40, 50 degrees in the tri-state over the course of this evening. Now, talk more about the storms. Pretty impressive line overall, no doubt about that. Still seeing a more of a linear threat. You can see warnings all the way up with this entire line pretty much, at least in our area of the country. Severe thunderstorm warnings, things moving pretty quickly in Indiana, about 60, 70 miles per hour up towards the east. Again, main threat there is damaging winds. You go find that southern edge though, and really in southeastern Illinois, now moving into Indiana. Princeton area, Vincennes, they're seeing just a few of these rotating storms. Again, a ton of wind shear in the atmosphere, so it doesn't take much if the conditions are favorable to see some of these spin up in this region. But this line, as it moves east in the next couple hours, will weaken. I mean, I've already lost our convection as far as that goes here in the tri-state. It's now dark, and so each minute, really, it gets weaker and weaker as it moves east. Now, the winds, well, they won't get weaker and weaker, but as far as that potential for severe storms. So again, this is a pretty impressive line, and it will be right around our region. So I'm going to take the ruler out here. It's about 120, 30, 40 miles, something like that, depending on your location. The southern edge is about maybe a little bit less than that. It's going to take another 2-ish hours to get here, at least for our western counties. We'll say around 9, say around 10 for Cincinnati. East of that, eastern counties, 11, midnight. So it's moving quickly, no doubt about that too. But wanted to bring your attention to the SPC kind of bullseye for severe storms today, right there in that sweet spot. So picking up on that wind shear, this line weakening as it moves east, as we kind of typically see in Cincinnati, at least often, I think, over the last couple of years that I've been watching these storms here. So they're in a slight risk out that way, covering Indianapolis's metro area, greater Cincinnati still. So for all the tri-states, seeing that 1 out of 5 risk, again, mainly in the form of damaging winds. If you're in our Indiana counties, definitely might want to pay attention to some of these storms as they move through. Any of the potential for rotation, just not going to be the main focus. Look at temperatures. We're still mild, 60s. All of a sudden, bam. I mean, what a freight train. We go from the 50s to the 40s in like an hour. That is incredible there. So Arctic front, as I said there in the title of this video. So this is an Arctic front, despite us seeing chances for severe weather. Really, what can't we get out of this? I think we're going to see everything from record highs, as we've already seen, storms, and then eventually on the backside, bitterly cold temperatures. So there's timing, and all of a sudden by tomorrow morning we're back to winter, just like that. And it will all be a dream the last couple of weeks here. And hopefully you enjoyed your Sunday. Temperatures at 70 degrees. I mean, it was beautiful. I was in shorts for the first time, I think, in about a month since we had that last warm spell in late October, early November. Great day to be outside despite the strong wind gusts, because we know what's coming here. It's a very cold end to 2025, and we'll stay that way. Even some snow shower potential for New Year's Eve heading into New Year's Day. We'll talk more about that later. Right now, first things first, I want to close with this. One more shot of the looping radar here. It's pretty to look at, but I'm glad it is weakening for all of our sakes as it's moving east. If anything changes, I will definitely let you know and keep you updated online, on air. We'll be on at 10 o'clock on Star 64. We'll be on at 11 on Local 12. Now that the game ended on time, we had the Raiders and the Giants, ended right at 7 o'clock. So we'll be on time at 11 o'clock tonight. I will see you then.